Following the trail that one battle after another set in 2025, Disney's worst ever box office performer, the woke girl boss movie Ella McKay, is a historic failure. But perhaps even we did not realize just how badly things were going for the AOC-loving soft socialist politidrama. It turns out there is such little actual market support for this kind of product that it was banned from European theaters. And that teaches us something about the world you need to know.
In the golden age of comedy in movies, there was Katharine Hepburn, who just was like just a crazy presence, who gave it a life and an energy. And I think Emma's in that progression of women. And
hello, folks. Welcome back. Happy Sunday. It is a great day every time we get to spend the day with you. If you would not mind doing so, click that like button, drop a comment down below. An early engager is what YouTube wants these days. Out of CBR.com, Monica Coleman. This was back in December 23rd. We won't stay here long, but we need to prep the table. Disney cancels French release of Ella McKay after disastrous box office debut. Sorry, Jamie. Sorry, everybody else involved in this thing. Ella McKay was so bad that Disney canceled the French release. And you would say, well, why would they do that? I mean, after all, money's money. Even if it's going to flop, it'd be better if it made some money, right? Right? Well, maybe not. Folks, we need to go here because there's something bigger now that we have found out. Something far bigger than just Disney's worst ever box office performer. A woke girl boss movie, doing as badly as it did and being pulled from French theaters. That wasn't even close to the entire story, and we have it now. Now, Ella McKay, that came out in December, you probably didn't know that. Well, you did. You saw people make fun of it. YouTubers, I assure you, have made more money off of this movie than Disney. It totaled out at $4.5 million, which means it is a massive box office flop, despite even having a tremendously low spend on marketing and production. But internationally, only $500,000. Now, this movie is an AOC sort of soft socialist thing. Maybe it's not soft socialist. I don't even know. But I'll say this about it. Wouldn't that be more popular in Europe than in the United States? Surely it would, right? So why would Disney pull this thing from France, right? From France. Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you it wasn't just France? That was the cover. That was the palatable announcement that was made. But folks, this thing never came out. It never came out. Take a look at this. It never came out in a lot of places. Argentina, you get nothing. What are we at right now? Let's look at all the dates that it should have already come out. Denmark, you get nothing. France, you get nothing. Mexico, you're going to get something? I bet you're not going to get something. Slovakia, sorry. Romania, nope. Romania. Folks, what we're doing right now is we're calling out Ukraine. We're calling out the countries where this was supposed to come out already. And I got a feeling that the places that it's supposed to come out in the future also are not going to get it. Because it turns out that the only places that actually got this movie were the places that had it on debut night. Australia, you got to contribute $84,000 on the release date. New Zealand, you got to contribute $10,000. Congratulations. And the United Kingdom tossed in 109. And the totals for how they put in after that over here. The UK, you got to say, I mean, really stepped up to the plate. 400 screens given to Ella McKay. And you know how the UK is right now. It's a really divided country. And they're going to ban X soon, I believe. So that's, things are not going well over the UK for free speech. And the whole socialism thing seems to be on the way. So the UK actually threw in a whopping 225. Without this, I mean, this would be even more of a flop, right? Go UK, go, saving Ella McKay. But what you need to see, ladies and gentlemen, is it was a lie that they were pulling it from France. They didn't ban it from France. They didn't ban a theatrical release from France. And who knows, was that Disney or the theaters? Folks, one way or the other. They didn't ban it in just France. They banned it in Europe and the world. This thing was completely wiped out. Ella McKay completely wiped out. How wiped out is it? Well, folks, take a look at this. I love to show you. This is one of those rare examples where we really get to show you the corruption that exists. This is out of bobea.net. It's a French article, and it's already prepped ready to go because, well, they prepped a lot of articles. You can go find these. They're now all over the web. Articles in French praising Ella McKay. Oh, phooey. These were planned out months in advance. It's the shills. It's the shills. Oh, and they planned their shill articles, folks, for it to release today and tomorrow. Because this was the release day. Oh, no, this is the release day. And so the day before, they released this one. Ella McKay, le manifeste. Wait, hold on. Let me get my French ready. Le manifeste politique des jeunes books et l'ascension de Emma Mackey. Boy, I butchered that one, didn't I? Le butcher. Let's translate it, shall we? You want to translate it? Let's translate it. Ella McKay, James L. Brooks' political manifesto and the rise of Emma Mackey. See, this is what they expected. And so they prepped this to come out. And then they forgot to delete it once Disney banned the sucker from coming out all over the world. And then they said, well, it's just banned in France. The film Ella McKay not only marks the return of the legendary James L. Brooks, but it also officially launches Emma Mackey into the pantheon of iconic actresses of the decade. Oh my! She has been launched in the pantheon of iconic actresses of the decade. We'll get to that in just a second, folks. I think they destroyed this woman's career. This weekend, critics are unanimous. Mackey embodies with stunning accuracy this young political idealist confronted with the cynical reality of power. AOC. But beyond the screenplay, it's the film's aesthetic that's making waves. The McKay style, a blend of vintage Chanel suits and ultra-modern minimalist pieces, is already redefining the wardrobe. Redefining the wardrobe, ladies and gentlemen, of powerful women for 2026. Look at that. Look at that open collar with a very slender necklace. Redefining. Do you see how the game works now? Is this not, I mean, this is obvious, right? You got it now? These things are prepped and ready to go. They're nonsense. They're in bed with the companies that they need to shill for. This is prepped and ready to go. They forgot to delete this. Bunch of articles. You can go find them, folks. But what about this Emma Mackey? Because I think they actually destroyed her. And you know that article is coming out, and it just presumes that would be happening, right? That she is now catapulted to the top of the mountain of important women. She is making huge influences on the world. Too bad that didn't happen. James L. Brooks, the guy behind this. I'm just going to play this interview with him, folks. You need to listen, because I think they actually destroyed this woman's career with this movie, and I'll show you why in just a second.
Emma as Ella, what made you cast her, and how did you two work to make her as human as she is throughout the movie?
I mean, you know, it's the thing, if you build it, they will come, or she will come in this case, and it was a very long process, really looking, you know, and at a certain point getting really nervous about it. This is her first starring role in an American movie. In the golden age of comedy in movies, there was Katharine Hepburn, who just was like just a crazy presence, who gave it a life and an energy. And I think Emma's in that progression of women. And it was so amazing to end up with somebody who's never starred in a movie before. You know, these days you try and do the opposite. You try and get, you know, somebody who everybody knows and all that. This was sort of a small miracle.
Small miracle. They found another Audrey Hepburn. Found another Audrey Hepburn. She's in that progression of women. Folks, they destroyed this woman's career. I mean, it's over. I'll show you why. Deadline has this, okay? This just came out. Emma Mackey in talks to co-star opposite Molly Gordon in A24 comedy Peaked. Okay. How do you think these two ladies are going to do in a A24 comedy? If it makes $10 million, that's a win. So she's going from being the Audrey Hepburn of our time. She's going from being, what was it this article said? Hang on, folks. Let's say, the McKay style, a blend of vintage Chanel suits. She's the pantheon of iconic actors. This is what they plan. At the top of the pantheon. And because of how badly this film has done, and we wish her well, we want her to do well, right? We never wish ill on people. But because of this movie, she's going to be in an A24 film, Peaked. And let me read the article, and you follow along with me. It's a short article. As I read the article, you tell me when you figured out what I'm aiming for here. What is it that I'm noticing? Tell me when you noticed it as well. You ready? Following the acclaim for her directorial debut, Theater Camp, Molly Gordon's next directing gig, Peaked, is gaining momentum and looks to be adding one of the town's busiest rising stars. Sources tell Deadline that Sex Education Breakout. Emma Mackey is in talks to join the A24 comedy that has Gordon starring and directing from a script by her and Ali Levitan. Who knows? A24 is producing and financing. Topic Studios, who previously collaborated with Gordon on Theater Camp, will co-finance the film. The film follows the two girls who traumatized you in high school as they try to relive their glory days at their 10-year reunion. David Hinojosa, I don't know the ethnicity on that name. That could be Japanese or Spanish. David Hinojosa, we'll go with that, but I think it's Hinojosa. And Zach Nutman will produce alongside Gordon in A24. Levitan will executive produce. The film will shoot this year. Mackey's star has been on the rise following her role in the hit Netflix series Sex Education. Following the series ending in 2003, Mackey has moved to big screen roles in films like Barbie and Alpha. Okay. She most recently starred in the James L. Brooks dramedy Ella McKay. In 2026, she can be seen in Netflix's Chronicles of Narnia. Did you see what happened there, folks? This is how bad Ella McKay is. This woman was supposed to be this was the launching point. She's going to portray AOC. She's supposed to be setting the political tone going into the midterms. Right? It's one battle after another all over again. Leonardo DiCaprio going to show those conservatives where they really stand in America. Justin Kroll given the job on this on Deadline. Remember that the Hollywood trades, their job is to give you the message, the orthodoxy. What is it we're saying in Hollywood? Justin Kroll given the job of doing that. What do we find out about Ella McKay? We find out there's a single sentence buried in the second to last paragraph. She was in Ella McKay. Moving on. That's how bad it is. And what do we know? What else do we know, folks? What are they telling us? Regardless of how that movie did, she's a rising star. Regardless of how she did, she's a rising star. And why do they do that? Well, you all remember how this played out with Jonathan Majors, right? Once they have determined that you're going to be a rising star, for whatever reason, you're going to be a rising star until you can't be a rising star no more. And then they'll shut the door on you. And you're done. Get out of here. Now, Jonathan Majors gave them a reason that they could use to get rid of him. Fine. Emma Mackey, we don't hope that for her at all. We hope that she has a very illustrious and fun career. But I just want you to see how the game is played on both ways, right? Whether it is the fake articles that are scheduled to come out and they forget about it. Oh, phooey, it still came out. Oh, no. Or whether it is the articles on the Hollywood trades that try to tell you, Ella McKay, we forgot about that, right? Folks, that's how the game is played. But this thing, again, how the game is played, this thing was banned in France. Turns out, no, ladies and gentlemen, this woke girl boss movie, so bad for Disney, they banned it everywhere that it had not yet released. Everywhere. And what does that mean for us, folks? What can we learn from this? What do we take away from the world? Well, you've been watching how calamitous things are right now, right? You've seen protests all over the place. You've seen governments trying to quell free speech. Stop it. Stop it. Don't let that darn X in here. Every time Hollywood releases one of these films that is supposed to promote the ideology that we are all led to believe is a huge gathering force across the world, these things flop. There's no market for them. There's no interest in them. And that leads me to wonder, are perhaps these belief systems actually incredibly unpopular and only bolstered by some sort of political corruption seeking to hold on to power across the world? Pay attention, ladies and gentlemen, to how the market responds to the products these people tell us everybody loves. And maybe that's why it's not just France, it's everywhere that saw Ella McKay banned from civilized society. Ladies and gentlemen, that's your Sunday afternoon video. We'll have another one out, 4:30 p.m. And don't go anywhere because we're talking about Hollywood trying to save itself today and tomorrow. There's something big happening that nobody's covering yet, and we'll have it exclusively right here with LW Ghost, our man in the Holly Weird world, who can tell us what's really going on. Folks, like, share, subscribe, drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. And until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Hey, Floral. I just wanted to let you know I have a New Year's resolution.
Okay.
Although, I don't want to say it. It might be like a wish. If I speak it, I'll break it.
Usually a resolution is spoken out loud so you can be held accountable to it. Like, my resolution is to go to thatparkplace.com and be ready to see its new facelift.
Well, I actually got Slade Wilson to also make a resolution.
What's that?
I'd get in too much trouble if I repeated it. He took it way further than I feel comfortable repeating.
Well, that's probably a good call. But, what's yours?
It's not to say anything mean about Jonas.
How do you plan to do that? You're an idiot.